Hey everyone, it's Kevin from GetKevInsight.com. So a question that was asked was, are spirit guides always guiding you? Are there times when they're not? And it really just depends on the soul. Okay, there are young souls and old souls, right? We've talked about that before. And old souls are ones that have incarnated more often. And the more often you incarnate, the more you're kind of given the flexibility to do things on your own. They kind of let you, it's almost like you walking in front of them about 10 feet, and they're kind of behind you, waiting to see what happens. They're kind of guiding you in that way. They're kind of almost hands off, but they're still there because we all have to be guided in some way, because living here on this planet is so low density, it's so difficult and complicated. It would be very hard to do this on our own. Almost impossible to do this on our own. And they don't expect you to do it on your own. So they are always, I guess it just depends on, are they holding your hand while you're walking through this journey, or are they standing 10 steps behind you, kind of watching to make sure you're not going to fall so that they can come and pick you up. So depending on the age of the soul is basically how that works. The more you incarnated, the more you're about to graduate, the less help you need, and they're going to kind of be there to help you and guide you, but it's going to be a little bit less pronounced than if you were a new soul that's really not knowing anything and needs help with all the basic lessons and going through life. They show me right now, they're showing me like a bird being pushed out of a tree, or gentler option is they are helping people in a pool, almost like swimming lessons, and they're helping someone do a back float, and they're kind of holding you from underneath, and then eventually they've got to let go to make sure to see if you can float on your own. So that's basically what they are doing. They're kind of like your swimming teacher trying to teach you how to do a back float, and they're there if they need to catch you, but they're going to let go to make sure that you can do it on your own. Or if you're the older the soul you are, sometimes they shove you out of a tree and you got to fly. And that's the most uncomfortable part, right? But it's all about graduating and ascending, right? This is what we're trying to do. So that's what it is. You're always being guided. You hear guidance constantly, whether you believe it or not. You're always being guided, always hearing messages, and we listen to them. Whether we think we are or not, we listen to them, and we're always being guided in a certain direction because we are needing to meet certain plot points in our soul contracts, and we have to make sure we meet them. So they make sure, they're like our stage managers in a theater production. They have to make sure we're on track, because if we're off track, then none of this makes sense, because we all have specific lessons we decided and chose to learn. So if we don't meet those plot points, then none of this makes any sense, and it's for nothing. So that will never be the case. So they're always guiding us, making sure that we're on track. But we sometimes got to be pushed out of the tree to fly ourselves. And that's what it is. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm sending you so much love. Thanks for listening. All right, take care. Bye.